Well, here we are, everybody, returning back to NCT 127 with White Knight. I was told to do this version specifically. I think I couldn't find many other versions that had video. So if you do have it, then let me know, and I'll revisit this song. And yeah, it seems to be a little bit shorter, a minute 47. I guess is the whole song. Well, okay, let's check it out. Nice piano start.
조용히 어두워지고 금방 비가 올 듯해 여전히 먹먹한 이런 날씨가 너는 좋은지 잘 지내 묻지 못해 나 왜 잊지 못하고 낮과 밤이 온통 너인데 아직도 난 이렇게 지내 알잖아 조금 이해해줘 난 오늘도 난 여기서 또 잠 못 든 채 너를 잊어가 혼잣말의 길 안녕 Better 일어나 sleeping don't know what it is
Well shot.
잠 못 드는 오늘도 all alone 참 길어져 버린 이별의 우습게 보인 하지만 인사를 건네 안녕 오늘도 날
Interesting. I feel like this is one of those things where this is quite the throwback to like 90s like R&B ballad, which I feel like is kind of becoming a theme for NCT 127. They kind of do this R&B kind of stuff on some of their B-side title tracks, which is totally fine. And this is one of those moments where I feel like, seriously, in a lot of senses, this is I would say one of those moments where look, there is foundations that are like shells of certain musics and certain styles that just are fully and always there. And to be real, like, I know that sometimes it seems exciting to branch out and do new stuff, but let's be real here. Sometimes it's good to just look at the shell or the foundation or like the usual tools and use what's within there and just be effective with it. And, you know, it can sound just as fresh a lot of times. And honestly, 100%, I do feel like this. Like, I feel that this is a damned if you don't do, damned if you don't kind of thing. It's one of those things where if you are in a group or if you're just a musician in general and you're making music, and you start your career and you do like one thing and that's just your sound. And that's just how you're always going to do your sound. That's how you're not going to deviate from your sound. And that works. And honestly, for some people, they are able to make a full career out of it. And, you know, kudos to them as well on top of that. Two, I think the other thing that I find really interesting is there are some people that will establish a sound in like the first two albums per se, and then they go and they just start really getting into some more experimental stuff. And I'll give you a couple examples really quick. Like, I think from what I always feel like that whenever I talk to people, they'll like a few songs from someone like Mumford and Sons, but there's always the saying like, well, you know, I feel like that they just kind of write the same music over and over. It's just always him with his kick bass with a guitar and they're singing about something. And it's like, fair point, you know, yeah, sure. Sometimes the music can be a little samey, sure. The other thing that is too, like I was saying, is the opposite problem. You have a group like Linkin Park where they release Meteora and Hybrid Theory as their first two albums, and then they kind of go and deviate. They do Miss Midnight. It's a little bit more, got some rock, got some really heavy tracks. And then after that, they do like Thousand Suns, and that's like nearly an EDM stuff. and they just kind of really go in a very interesting direction. And a lot of people are like, oh, they're not adhering to what they always sound like. They're not adhering to the vision. And it's like I said, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. And a lot of times you can't really win it. But, you know, I think the truth is that I feel like that you can be one of those people that really can see what the vision is and appreciate the concept. And it's very easy with NCT 127 because I feel like that they are so experimental so many times that it really kind of sets this precedence of, you know, learning and seeing what they do. I mean, it feels like one time they're doing hip hop, another time they're doing rock, another time they're doing R&B, the next time they're doing something EDM, another time they're very experimental. And I don't know if that's actually had anything like a positive or a negative on their career, but I do feel like that it could be something that a lot of people could use to argue, saying like, oh, well, they do this or they do that. But one thing that I know that they can do, especially after this, is they can absolutely do the R&B stuff, the R&B ballad, because let's be real here, this is pretty dang good. And sometimes, like I said, you just pick up the tools and you use them appropriately, and you got yourself something awesome. And that's kind of how I feel. I'm actually kind of surprised that I like this song as much as I do, because for real, this is not always my genre, and a lot of times I actually don't really care too much for the genre because I listened to it so much growing up, because that's what my mom listened to a lot when I was growing up. So to make me like it, that's big. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, Victus.